I had just moved into a charming little apartment in the heart of the city. It was cozy and everything I had ever wanted, but little did I know, my dream home would soon become a nightmare. At first, the odd occurrences were easy to dismiss. Misplaced keys, a flickering light, and the occasional creaking of the floorboards. I attributed them to the quirks of an old building, but as the days turned into weeks, the strange happenings escalated. One night, as I lay in bed reading, I heard a soft whisper coming from the corner of the room. My heart raced as I looked around, convinced I was alone. My mind tried to rationalize it as a draft or my imagination, but the whisper grew louder, more distinct. Words I couldn't quite make out, carried by a voice that was both unsettling and chilling. My unease grew with each passing day. I started to feel like I was being watched, especially when I was alone. There were moments when I caught fleeting glimpses of shadows darting around corners, disappearing just as quickly as they appeared. The feeling of being unwelcome settled in, and I found myself avoiding certain rooms in the apartment. One night, unable to sleep, I decided to confront whatever was haunting my home. Armed with a flashlight, I ventured into the darkest corners of the apartment. As I reached the hallway, the temperature dropped suddenly, and a cold breeze brushed against my skin. I shined the light into the empty space, hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever was responsible for my unease. And then I saw it, a faint outline, a distortion in the air that seemed to take on a human form. My heart pounded in my chest as I stared at the apparition, frozen in fear. It stood there, its presence almost palpable, as if it was trying to communicate something. I managed to tear my gaze away and stumbled back into my bedroom, slamming the door shut. That night, I hardly slept. The next morning, I decided to research the history of the building. It was then that I discovered the truth. A tragic incident had occurred years ago in the very apartment I now called home. A tenant had died under mysterious circumstances, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I reached out to a medium in the hopes of finding a way to communicate with the spirit. The medium confirmed my suspicions. The apartment was indeed haunted by the restless spirit of the previous tenant, a soul trapped between worlds. With the medium's guidance, I attempted to communicate with the spirit, hoping to bring closure to its unfinished business. As the seance began, the room grew colder, and a soft whisper filled the air. The medium channeled the spirit's voice, relaying messages of sorrow and longing. Over time, as we continued to communicate, the apartment's atmosphere shifted. The once unseen presence became less malevolent, and I could feel a sense of acceptance and even gratitude. Through our sessions, I learned that the spirit had been seeking forgiveness for a mistake that had led to its untimely death. As the spirit's story was told, a sense of peace settled over the apartment. The strange occurrences ceased, and the feeling of being watched faded away. I had helped a tormented soul find solace, and in doing so, I found my own sense of closure. Moving forward, I lived in harmony with the unseen roommate. Though I couldn't see it, I felt its presence from time to time, a gentle reminder that even in the realm of the supernatural, compassion and understanding could bridge the gap between the living and the dead.